Hello everybody, my name is Suman Dua. I am a registered migration agent at Nationwide Migration and Education. In this video today, we will be talking about information technology courses that are available in Australia, what courses are available, and which states are best to do the IT courses in Australia. So the courses that I do recommend you to consider doing in Australia if you want to study IT are bachelor's and master's courses. So for a bachelor's degree, you do need an overall score of 6 in IELTS or an equivalent test with the sub-score of 6 as well. And for master's, you're looking at the overall score of 6.5 in IELTS test or an equivalent test with a sub-score of 6 in each of the modules. However, some providers may require a higher English score. So there are about 4 stages that you will have to go through if you are an IT student in Australia. So the stage 1 is when you will go on a student visa and you would study a bachelor's or a master's degree in Australia. Stage 2 is that when you have finished your degree and you will go on the post-study visa, which is the temporary graduate visa. And stage 3 is that when you will have to do a professional year program, which is for 1 year, and the students do it on their temporary graduate visa. So with this professional year program, you will be able to get a skills assessment in your nominated occupation. So there are many IT occupations, and depending on what units you study in your IT course, you will be able to pick one of the IT occupations which is in the demand list of Australia. Stage 4 is when you have completed the professional year program. Maybe you have also got some work experience or are working in your nominated occupation, and that's when you will start looking at either the points tested visas like 189, 190 or 491, or if you have got a minimum of 2 years work experience, then you may also start looking at the employer sponsored visas. Now let's talk about the skills assessment process for IT occupations. So each occupation has their own skills assessment process. For IT, the skills assessing body is Australian Computer Society. So if you are an international graduate in Australia who's done a master's or a bachelor's in IT in Australia and have also done a professional year program for 1 year, you will be able to get your positive skills assessment in your nominated occupation. Apart from this, many applicants choose to get 1 year work experience instead of the professional year program to be able to get a positive skills assessment. And then there are also applicants who would do both. So they would do the professional year program and they would also work in their nominated occupation for 1 year in order to get some additional points towards their permanent residency. If you have completed a professional year program in Australia, you will be able to gain 5 points. And on top of that, if you have got work experience as well in your nominated occupation for a minimum of 12 months, you will be able to get additional 5 points for your work experience as well. So if you're planning to study IT in 2022 in Australia, then there are some states that I do want to recommend. So one of the states that I do recommend is regional New South Wales. There are many providers which are in regional New South Wales, and if you study in a regional campus and also live there while you are studying, you will be eligible for a 491 visa under their stream 2. So under this stream, if you have studied and lived in regional New South Wales, then they nominate you for the 491 visa once you have received a positive skills assessment and a minimum of 50 points of your own, as the state will give you 15 points. On top of this, if you have high points and are preferably working in your nominated occupation, you can also look for 190 visa subclass from New South Wales. But for the 190 visa subclass, you do need high points and preferably an employment as well in your nominated occupation in New South Wales to be eligible for the 190 nomination. Another state that you may want to consider is South Australia. So with South Australia, with most of their occupations, if you have studied in South Australia, there is a work experience waiver, so where you do not need any work experience in your nominated occupation. With some occupations, they may require 3 months work experience in your nominated or closely related occupation, but then if you are a high performing graduate, you do have the work experience waivers available as well. Another state which is on my recommended list is Tasmania. So if you have studied a 2 years qualification in Tasmania, you are eligible for the nomination for the 190 visa subclass. However, if you are not working in your nominated occupation, you will need to provide a career plan how the qualification has helped you to gain employment in Tasmania. The fourth state that I do want to recommend for IT courses is Northern Territory. So as long as you have completed 2 years of your degree in Northern Territory and you have lived a minimum of 6 months in Northern Territory after the completion of studies on your 485 visa, you will be eligible for the nomination for the visa subclass 190. Another benefit with all these 4 states is that because they are all regional states, you will also be eligible to get additional 5 points for regional study, and you will also have some more options available once you have graduated from these regional universities. We will also be holding a free webinar for the applicants who are interested to study IT in 2022 in Australia. I will put the link of the webinar in the description below. If you are somebody who is looking to enroll into a IT course in 2022, please get in touch with us.
Stay updated about Australia's immigration. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel.